We're stunned silent, and with an apologetic face, Epilogi turns off the footage. Yeah, bro, what? What? You get a look. You get a pass for your looks. But I'll do that again. It's fine. But, what just happened? With mixed feelings, Epilogi brings the next footage up. It looks kind of like stained glass. What could it be? Looks like a heavenly disco ball.
こいつは霊力炉ってもんだよ。そこには俺ら天使の肉体やカエルム全体を支えるエネルギー、霊力がしこたま詰まってんだ。
Oh, look at their chibi forms! Which means this refers to living terminals created by God's rule in the heavenly world. Extracting spirit energy from the spirit furnace. Angels have their consciousness connected to God from the moment of creation, restricting thought and action, asserting control, and eliminating their emotions. Commands from God are sent into the brain, and this oracle manifests into action. However, only one person is excluded. The Apostle of Judgment, who cannot act without any commands from God, or the Apostle of the Oracle. Other angels are provided with autonomy functions required for thought and action to execute the oracle. This is getting too complicated.
つまりは天使どもは意識っつうか知識が神につながっててよ。
Angel 2, inhabitants of heavenly world Kael. In reality, they are living terminals created by the spirit furnace, with their emotions and wills controlled by connection to the ruler of the heavenly world, God. Hence, they can be called puppets of sorts.
各個体がどこにいようが考えてることや見てるもんは奴にも共有されてんだ。
That means it's like a server in terminals. So with that connection, God can control of their minds. Right? By the way, what about you?
俺たちは打点、つまり感情を取得した時点でその辺の支配からは解放されてんだ。そんでこっからがさっきお前らに見せちまった光景の説明だ。天使の肉体は時間とともに劣化しちまうもんでな。だからその前に使徒と呼ばれる貴重な個体を除いて天使は一定の周期で自害し身を構築する霊力を炉に変換する義務を持ってんだ。
Yeah, I almost forgot about how the two terms work simultaneously, but yeah, it's the L button. Okay. Apostle. Powerful angels created by God through the immense time and work to directly serve him. The angel of judgment is an apostle. Unlike normal angels, their bodies do not deteriorate over time. Spirit furnace. A machine floating like the sun, maintaining the heavenly world, storing and circulating spirit energy in heavenly world Kael. It can create new angels, supply spirit energy required by individuals.
要するに
I was about to say that line too.
命を再利用してやるから 体が新鮮なうちにとっとと死ねっつ珍妙なルールがあるってことか。ああ、そういうことになる。返された霊力は新たな天使の生産や砲術用のエネルギーに使われるんだ。胸くそ悪い。
Indeed. I should also ask for details on other things. Okay, so it does do this. Then, could you tell us more about the heavenly world Kaelum itself?
よ、カエルムそのものについてもね。
Heavenly world Kaelum. A solemn floating world where divinity and science fused and developed. A being existing in the heavens controls the world, The peace determined by God. In other words, perpetuity is absolute, and the world is governed by the law. Unlike other observed worlds, no period of time called night ever arrives, and the world is bathed in eternal light. However, no life forms other than angels and fallen angels have ever been observed. A world that dislikes change.
ああ、だから実際外からの客であるお前らを断罪の天使は襲撃したろ。足を踏み入れた時点でこの世界に変化をもたらす要因、罪人は排除の対象になるんだ。
That's not good. After that, ill about the angel of judgment and God. After explanations and checking on our current grasp of information and making sure there were no mistakes. With a breath of relief, Epilogi removes his hand from the device.
質問はこんなもんか?
I would ask another question, but y'all, I'm gonna stop. Oh, please wait. Just one last thing. Are you single? No, just kidding. And Cam, why when you become a fallen angel after gaining emotions, are you treated as a criminal? What? Bugs. Okay. Fallen Angel 2 refers to angels that have gained emotions, bugs, and fell, and are thus designated as criminals. All of their wings are stained jet black.
そりゃ、感情こそが神が毛嫌いする変化を世界に起こす最大の要因になるからだろうよ。
Emotions cause change?
どのような世界でも、歴史はそこに生きる者の感情、意志によって進み、変革していく。そういうことだろう。
どうしてこんな悪趣味な世界を維持してえのか、まるで理解できねえな。お偉い神様の考えることなんざわからねえよ。そもそも俺ら下っ端はあいつの姿も正体も知らねえしな。
God, 1. In a broad sense, this refers to beings worshipped in various religions, but in this game it refers specifically to the being ruling heavenly world Kaelum. Ordinary angels are not aware of his true identity or appearance.
俺はよ、義務とされる自害を行おうとした瞬間。
No! No, I'm so glad you didn't.
なんつうか、冗談じゃねえって気持ちが芽生えて打点したわけだ。
But even if you gain emotions and stop suicide because you want to live,
ああ、落ちた時点で罪人となり、断罪の天使に殺害される運命にある。ホールを使って他の世界に逃げようにも めったに発生しないゆえ、したらしたで人たちに徹底管理されるしな。だから特殊な個体を除いて普通に生きていても死ぬ。それを恐れ感情を得ても死ぬ。それが天界カエル。非合理と変化を徹底排除した残酷な循環からなる箱庭の世界
だ。Heavenly World Calm 2, a magnificent floating otherworld where divinity and science have fused, ruled by God. The world has obtained peace and perfection through perpetuity, and anything that disturbs this is eliminated. Yikes. Yeah. Not out of necessity, but because change is bad, angels are forced to die or be killed by ill. I know this isn't a matter for outsiders like us to meddle with, but it's unfair. I can't help but think about this sad world. This is the true nature of the heavenly world. Jeez Louise, this is the second world in which things aren't always as they seem. But because we didn't know much of Kalm in the first place, we couldn't assume that it was fine to visit. But damn, yeah, yikes. Same, it's like a parallel with Medio, sort of, kind of, in the way that they conduct business. With ill captured at this rate, he'll be forced to follow the rules and be controlled to kill others. I don't want that to happen. I look around at everyone, and after nods of agreement. Epilogue? I'm sorry for the misunderstanding. We didn't come here by falling into a wormhole. Ill, the man you call the Angel of Judgment, to save him, we came to the heavenly world. He's like, girl, what? We decided to reveal everything that happened until now with Ill to Epilogue and the other fallen angels. Suddenly, the friendly looks on their faces started turning into severe ones. Ruh-roh, we pretty much locked ourselves in the cage, and then the somewhat friendly creatures are now turning savage. His wings are as white as snow.
断罪の天使を救うだって？冗談じゃない。
Uh-oh.
今でも忘れないぞ。僕の仲間もあいつに殺されたんだ。心が壊れた？いい君だ。今までの罪がそのまま帰ってきただけだろ。
Ew! That's not so heavenly of you, fallen angel C.
凄まじい恨まれぶりだな。
当然だ。この世の打天使すべてがあいつを殺したいほど憎んだ。
Oh my gosh.
かつて救おうとした同胞たちをことごとくあいつに殺されたしな。
Epilogue. Eek! Taking Epilogue's words as a signal, the fallen angels in the area surround us at once.
お前らがあいつの味方ってんなら話はまた別になる。
No! We could have had something beautiful. No. Oh, why did you do that, Katone, you big dumby? Well, I don't know. I kind of might not mind that. No. He said restrained, but there's nothing like a prison here.
ここでおとなしくしていろ。結界を張ったから逃げようとしても無駄だぞ。
So instead, we're just being watched in the corner of a small room. According to Mesier, it's a fragile barrier from our perspective, so if we wanted to break out, we could. However, there's no point in struggling for now. As advised, we decided to sit quietly. During that time, I look around at the devices and surroundings. Seeing this, I kind of understand why Il was so good with machines.
そうだな。ここの技術と比べれば、人間界の機械は遊具も同然だったのだろ
う。それに、イルの本質がどうして無機質で機械的だったのか、それもなんとなく理解できた気がするよ。
An inorganic nature. That's Il?
はい、何でしょうか。
While it's true that humans value their sleep, it wouldn't be safe for someone to suddenly pass out and maybe bump their head on the ground, right? That would be dangerous. So going forward, I would appreciate it if you took that into consideration.
なるほど。人間の脆さを失念していました。確かにそれは危険なことですね。
He's such a good boy. Why would you want to kill him? Well, they just said it, but still. It's a misunderstanding. That reminds me, once in a while, Il would suddenly kind of make a blank face, right?
ああ、我も目撃したことがある。あれはおそらく表情を作り忘れたがゆえなのだろう。
は？表情を作るってなんだそれ。
The one you're wearing, sweetheart.
人格の模倣。それはつまり元あった人格を基準に常に予測演算をした結果なのだと思う。
Like, what would the character he's imitating do at times like this? The facial expression, tone, and words used. He was always repeating simulations of things like that in his head?
想像するだけで頭痛い。あいつ四六時中そんなめんどくせえことしてたってのか。あ
あ、故に何か別のことに気を割いてしまうと表情の作成ができずに真顔になる。
It might really be something like that. Personality imitation. Mathematical processing performed in Il's brain to completely imitate the character Il Fado de Ri. Checking any and all patterns, he estimated the words, actions, and expressions likely performed by the original Il, then output the results. As Canis continued talking about it, I couldn't say anything. In other words, without going that far, Il can't have a normal conversation. Can't even have a normal conversation. That's so sad. Also, the reason he readily followed instructions and orders was as his time as a weapon.
ここに来るだけでもいろいろとあったな。少し休憩にしてみてはどうだろうか。
Maybe out of consideration, noticing that my face grew darker as I learned more about Il Fado de Ri 4. Due to strict management, he suffered only a partial fall, and the birth and development of his emotions was incomplete. Unlike other fallen angels, this caused his wings to be mixed in with white and black. Yes! Mixed in white and black. Yeah, his wings were tipped with black, but not fully. Wow. Canis makes such a suggestion.
おう、そうしようぜ。小難しい話ばっかで頭の方が疲れちまったよ。
Okay.
ブレイクタイムってやつだね。
So quick to fix my mouth to read. Oh, in that case, seeing how there was a request, I bought coffee in a thermos. There's no point in getting gloomy in here. Or here, excuse me. For a change of mood, I start passing out paper cups full of coffee to Meezer and the others when...
おいおい。
What, you want some?
仮にも拘束されてるってのに、のんきな奴らだな。
Belogi, sweetheart, I didn't want to be your enemy. I wanted to be your friend. Maybe more than. And here you are, trying to put this tough guy act on. Oh, Epilogi. Huh? I kind of feel, while it was really obvious until a minute ago, that the hostility from Epilogi has thinned just a little bit. We in there, girls. Epilogi, will you like some coffee?
コーヒー。
Well, I say it do sound like coffee. Oh, Epilogi, you're so funny. Okay, I'll stop. I explained that it's a type of beverage and hand over a paper cup full of it. Barrier woohoo? You poor child. At first, it was pretty clear that Epilogi was wary about the color of it. I don't blame you in this sense. I don't blame you. It's really interesting to look at, but it is an acquired taste, so he might spit that shit right out. But as he watches Meezer and everyone drink it without hesitation, he finally imitates them and sips some.
なんだこれ。変な感覚が舌の上に。
Oh, baby, you burned your tongue? Is that it? I can help by pressing my tongue against it. Does it taste good?
そもそもうまいの定義が俺にはわからない。もちろん意味としちゃ知ってるがよ。
Okay, Abesta's mouth. Despite saying this, he gulps down the rest of it and...
だが、この頭がシャキッとするような感覚は悪くねえな。
Well, that's the caffeine, darling. Yes, caffeine does wonders. Trust, I thrive on it. Towards the latter half of the week. Then he slowly removes his lips from the paper cup and asks me,
あの断罪の天使もジョーちゃんとこでこれと同じもんを飲んでたのか?
If I say no, he's gonna be like, I love it. And if I say yes, he's gonna be like, pooh, don't ever give me this crap again. Yes, although he likes really sweet, or excuse me, although he really likes sweet things, so it tastes a bit different from what you just had. I don't like it. Watch. Before I knew it, I talked about all kinds of memories with ill as Epilogi stood silently. Ah, that first picture. About the first time we met. About how he grew up kind of spoiled and didn't know the ways of the world. I feel like such a whore cheating on him. Lusting after another one. This is Ill's route, damn it. About how he encouraged me when I was gloomy and invited me on a date. About how he tried to help with chores, but despite failing repeatedly, he didn't give up. About his smile that day. About how beautiful it was. I really feel like a hoe. I'm pretty sure he doesn't care. Or maybe he does, I don't know.
信じられねえな。あの冷酷無比な断罪の天使がそんな様変わりをしたってのか。それにあいつの正体を知ってそれでも救いたいなんて思うなんて。
He's like, what the fuck? Of course, there were times I was scared, but more than that, I can't forget the time I spent with him until now. That's why I came here. I want Il to smile again. Epilogue, I know this is all one-sided, but if you have even a little idea of how to restore Ill's emotions, could you tell me? At my beggy. Beggy, what the fuck? It's not like I said beggy instead of begging. I can enunciate my words, y'all, I promise. Epilogue shows signs of hesitation. Then...
残念だが、ジョーちゃんが望む答えを俺は持ってね。
No!
失われた感情を戻す方法なんて噂ですら聞いたことがねえよ。
You lie! I don't know, maybe you're telling the truth.
というか、普通の打天使はな、神への再接続や人格のフォーマットなんてできねえんだ。断罪の天使は神様ご自慢のとっておきの個体だからな。専用の機能でもつけられてたんだろう。
Yikes. I see.
だが
Oh, the music cut off. That's not good. I dejectedly hang my head, but as though scolding me, Epilogue's voice rings firmly.
その方法を探すこと自体はできるかもしれねえぞ。
Really? Really?
ああ。ただしそれを知るにはこの塔に入る必要があるだろうな。
Oh my. Okay. Something tells me this is not gonna be a quick chapter as well. Epilogue operates the earlier device, and on the window appears the scenery of Kaelm. Mizir and the others have been listening to our conversation and look at the footage with me.
世界の中央に巨大な塔が見えるだろう。あそこは天上の存在、天使を支配する神が住まうとされる塔だ。あの施設には天使を管理するための重要な設備が揃ってるって聞く。
Tower. The tower in the center of the heavenly world I fucked that up. The tower in the center of heavenly world Kaelm, stretching far into the heavens, said to be where God resides. It contains important facilities to manage the angels.
だからそれを利用するな。断罪の天使の過去や機能について調べられるかもしれない。ただし、お前らの目的が向こうに知られてる以上、他の人たちも集結して守りを固めているはずだ。侵入は命がけになると思うぜ。
He says this heavily, then turns off the hologram.
なるほどね。その情報はありがたくいただいちゃうけど。エピロギー、 一つ
Oh, whoops. No, I'm gonna play. My hand was over the A button. Sorry. Oop. Rewind. Just play the voice.
なるほどね。その情報はありがたくいただいちゃうけど、エピロギー、一つ質問いい？
Okay, and then I talked over.
なんだよ。
There you go.
あれだけイルに恨みを抱いていた君がいきなり協力的になった理由を聞かせてもらってもいいかな。
Well, if he's fallen, then they ain't gotta worry about getting clapped. That's what I'm assuming. I think Mizir is wary about how suddenly Epilogi's attitude toward us changed. But Epilogi shows no displeasure at the question.
まあ、あいつが断罪の任務を放棄するなら、
Yeah.
それに越したことはねえからな。
Mizir, come on. I expected you to pick up on that. If he's not the angel of judgment, he's not gonna kill the fallen angels.
それに、冷静に考えりゃ、あいつはたまたま出来がいいから、断罪の天使に選ばれちまっただけだ。完全に兵器扱いされてるせいか、名前すら与えられてねえしよ。
Oh, wow. You didn't even get a name.
一度そう思っちまったらな。さすがにあいつがチーと哀れでな。あとはそうだな、単純に興味が湧いた。あの兵器が笑う顔なんてどうあがいても想像できねえ。だからよ、実際にこの目で確かめてんだ。あいつがどんな顔で笑うのかってな。
Wow. Okay. Hey, we get a fine looking ally. Emphasis on the fine. Just like when we met, Epilogi makes a lively smile, exuding how good of a person he is. Yes, I agree. You're giving us not just information, but also lending us your strength? And watch him be like, I never said that.
おう、さすがに一人ぐらいはナビゲート役が必要だろ。
Wow.
ただし、情報料はいただくぜ。お前らが通ってきたゲートとやら、そいつを打天使たちに使わせてくれ。
Okay, you can come too.
ついでにその人間界ってとこにかくまってもらえりゃ万々歳だ。
Of course, yes.
奴らもわざわざ異世界にまで末端の打天使たちを処刑には来ねえだろうしな。
I'm sure we could talk to Rindo to arrange something like that. Seemingly thinking the same thing, we all nod to each other. Epilogi, thank you so much! Just the feeling. But I'm starting to see why he's looked up to as the fallen angel leader. After thanking Epilogi from the bottom of my heart, I renew my determination. Even if it means risking my life. Just hold on, Il. We'll go and bring you back for sure. I'm really scared of the bad ending, y'all. Oh my god.